as I settle in with my coconut water. Let me share with you 3 what I call embodied intelligence skills you are going to need, and how adding these to your practices is going to help you bring in all the things you hear from astrology, your own lived experience, your own intuitive knowing, so that way you can get clear in these times of chaos. I'm going to give you 3 things that I want to encourage you to have and to practice. Radical responsibility, radical self-compassion, and radical self-permission. Why am I placing radical in front of all of those things? 1, because it is about you intentionally moving outside of your comfort zone in the somatic process and the embodied process of unlearning. And that decolonization is a mental, physical, it's an embodied liberation practice. It's mind, body, spirit, and energy. It's not intellectual, it's lived. And so, but you're going to need 3 of these embodied intelligence skills in order to manage the discomfort of moving past your growth edges. Because without it, the radical part won't keep you safe from what you've experienced, from the fuckery that's capitalism, colonialism, and all its impact and desirability, like all of those things. You're going to need these 3 things, and here's what it is. And also, here's why I'm telling you. I'm telling you because you're listening and you want to know, what are these embodied intelligence skills? Embodied intelligence is the summation of your emotional, somatic, and erotic intelligences. And so all those together in synergy is embodied. And these 3 skills of embodied intelligence that you need include radical self-compassion, radical self-permission, and radical responsibility. First, radical responsibility. I already explained the radical part. Let's talk about responsibility first. Because this is where most people project and move on because of discomfort. The bypass happens because you can't sit with the discomfort of responsibility, owning your shit and being accountable to your shit. That includes understanding how to repair relationships, whether you have been harmed or whether you were the one who harmed. Because accountability means that you are going to unlearn the things and learn how to be more intentional in the ways that you move throughout the world, make decisions, keep yourself and others safe intentionally. You're going to do the things, and so you're going to learn how to be better. That's the part that people are bypassing. They'll learn how to be better part. Radical responsibility. Radical self-compassion. Radical self-compassion is just that, the care and concern you give others. Don't you think it's time you get a little bit of your own nourishment? I always tell my clients, and I tell folks, I had to learn for myself. The cup you're supposed to pour from is not supposed to be the only cup you have. The first cup is yours. Then, with what you have extra, you give to others. But that sounds selfish, doesn't it? But not if we're all actually working together in community with each other. That there's intention behind being discerning and being empathetic, somatic, emotional, and erotic intelligence. You have to work towards being the empathetic and self-compassionate. Radical self-compassion is about you being gentle with yourself, not excusing yourself because you have radical responsibility to keep that in check. Feel me? Last one. Radical responsibility, radical. And the only reason why I stumbled over that one, because that's the one I'm actually working on my damn self. This is why I'm in front of you right now. Radical self-permission. Where do you give yourself? I remember the first time I was like, oh shit, I'm an adult. At least in the legal sense that I can make certain decisions. Because I absolutely I was not the kid to grow up to get in trouble. That was me. And then as an adult, to now be able to like act on my own ability to make decisions. Radical, like that was not, some folks teach their children that. That was not one of the lessons that I learned. I had to learn it as an adult. Radical self-permission. And where are you giving yourself permission to actually experience joy and pleasure? Therefore, you have to have the capacity to experience joy and pleasure. This is going longer than what I thought. I wanted to really, yes, but I'm being thorough, so Virgo with me. All right. Radical self-permission. To pour into yourself, to practice self-compassion, you have to practice self-permission. One of the healing thing that I'm working on this time in my life, at 52 going on 53, is having the courage to be confident. Not all, some of us come from places that wounded that we are nurturing to become empowered. So here I will share, continue to share, I've shared before, my erotic lessons, because liberation starts from within. But you have to start in relationship to those things first. That's how you create embodied safety and self-trust. I'm trauma informed. That's what I do around here. And if you want to have more of these conversations, like, follow, subscribe, wherever you see this. I'm Lena Queen, sister sexologist. And if you're of African American descent, I'm sister sexologist. Later.